Hey, what's up guys, I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to talk about the potential of Marcus Smart to the New Orleans Pelicans. And obviously, this isn't guaranteed to say. I'm just going to go over some reasons why he might want to sign with the Pelicans, as obviously he's a free agent, and we've been getting reports that he wants to get paid, and we don't know if the Boston Celtics are willing to pay him as much as he wants to actually get paid. So that's why I'm going to be making this video. So without further ado, without me running on too much, just get right into this video. So my first reason is going to be that he wants to get paid, and obviously he's coming off of one of his best years yet, and that's going to make him want to get paid a lot more than maybe what he's worth. But Boston doesn't know if they really want to pay him as much as he wants to get paid, because yes, Marcus Smart's a great player, but not great, but he's a very good role player and a very solid player, and a player that you can bring along that will be able to come out in big situations that you need to play in big moments. You can put him in and you can trust him that he's going to make a bucket, score, play hard defense. He's always going to play hard, he's always going to hustle. So he's just one of those great role players. But if he's asking for $16 to $14 million, there's no telling if Boston really wants to pay him that much, or if they just want to get some more other role players to fill in that spot. Because $14 to $16 million for a guy off the bench, that is fairly expensive, and I don't know if Boston's going to want to pay him. So if Boston doesn't want to pay him, that might make him want to go to a different team, such as the New Orleans Pelicans. But my second reason is going to be that his role is going to start decreasing in Boston. As yes, he is a very good player, but he's already coming off the bench, but he has a very big role off that bench, but he's still coming off the bench. And once Hayward and Kyrie come back, his minutes are going to go even further down, because when Kyrie comes back, that's them going to move Terry Rozier to the bench, and Terry Rozier is probably going to get more minutes than Marcus Smart. So Marcus Smart's minutes are probably going to get decreased, and that's not going to go over well with him. I'm sure that he wants to play and be one of the biggest, or a big part of a winning team. And if he went to the Pelicans, then his role would probably be even more than he has right now, as he would be the 6th or 7th man off the bench, depending on whether they sign DeMarcus Cousins. Because just look, their bench is not that strong, and besides probably if they resign DeMarcus Cousins, Nikola Mirotic will be the 6th man. He'll probably be the 7th man. But if we don't sign DeMarcus Cousins back, then he'll be the 6th man and probably get tons of minutes off the bench, and he would just have a huge role for them, despite if he stayed with the Boston Celtics, where he would then be having to share minutes with players off the bench like Terry Rozier, Aaron Baines. There's a lot of people off the bench. They have a very solid bench, and I'm sure he'll probably be on a normal team, he'll probably be a 6th or 7th man. But on that team, he'll probably be the 8th or 9th man, and he's just not going to be getting that many minutes, especially since Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Kyrie, and Gordon Hayward are going to be getting so many minutes a game. He's just, I can't see him being able to keep as big of a role that he has right now, and that probably won't go over well with him at all. So I'm sure he will want to leave because of that. Also, my third reason is going to be, with it looking likely that DeMarcus Cousins isn't going to sign with in New Orleans Pelicans unless we throw him a max deal, and I don't know if we're going to be willing to give him a max deal because of his Achilles injury. We probably won't be giving him that max deal, which will then give us a lot of money to sign some other players like Marcus Smart, and we'll be able to pay Marcus Smart all the money that he wants, which would then equal him wanting to come here, because obviously the main motivation this offseason for him is getting paid. If Boston's not willing to pay him, and we are, he's probably going to want to come to us or whatever team is going to pay him the most. And if we have enough money to offer a max, obviously we're not giving Marcus Smart the max, but we're going to have a lot of money left over if we don't sign DeMarcus Cousins, and then we'll be able to sign him, and we'll probably give him his $14 $16 million, what he is asking for. And I think for a Pelicans team that needs to bolster their bench, he'll be a very good investment for them. But now let's get into why it makes sense for the Pelicans, because obviously the Pelicans aren't going to sign him unless it makes a lot of sense for them. Well, my first reason why it makes sense for them is because it would round out their bench, or pretty much round out their team very nicely. As yes, they have took a step in the right direction with Ian Clark and Darius Miller off the bench, but their bench is pretty much, that's all they have on their bench. The rest of the team players, despite a few maybe, but despite them two, really no one on their bench should be in the NBA. They have an awful bench. Me watching them all year, Ian Clark and Darius Miller are the two people that stepped up the most. Maybe Check Diallo, but besides that, the rest of the bench is pretty ass. Pretty fucking garbage. Obviously Frank Jackson, he's a rookie. He didn't get to play because of his foot. So assuming he won't be that great because he was the first pick of the 2nd round, those are the only 2 good players off our bench right now. So, if they're able to get someone like Marcus Smart, which would be in the 6th man, now you have an 8-man rotation, which is huge to have. Because, and that 8-man rotation is going to be able to give people like Anthony Davis, Nikola Mirotic, Drew Holiday, and even a veteran like Rajon Rondo, assuming we resign him, they'll be able to give him rest, which would be very, very important. But as of right now, without Smart, we just can't really give that many people rest because we can't go too far into our bench, or we're going to start giving up a lead or start getting blown out just because of how bad that is. But another thing this would do off the bench is give that shooting guard position a lot more depth. Right now, the backup shooting guard is Solomon Hill, and he has yet to have a very solid year for us. I mean, he's had a couple games where he played like 10, 15, but he has not lived up to expectations since we signed him. So, I mean, he's pretty much a bad contract, and we need that backup shooting guard. Marcus Smart would be in a very, very great backup shooting guard for us, and like, he'll be able to pick up the slack that we lose when Jrue Holiday comes out, because when Jrue Holiday comes out, that really takes away a lot of our defense. But once Marcus Smart comes in, he's a very good defensive player, and we won't be losing much when he comes out. And Jrue Holiday will be able to get a lot more rest than he is getting right now, which is very important because Jrue Holiday does have an injury history. Same with Anthony Davis. So if we also get Anthony Davis more rest, maybe he'll get injured less, and that would just be all around better for the New Orleans Pelicans. But my second reason is going to be it would improve their already top 10 defense. As yes, they have a great defense. I mean, that showed in the playoffs, and that was the reason they had so much success. But I mean, if you're able to get someone like Marcus Smart, a Draymond Green-like player, he hustles every play. I mean, he was getting punched in the face by LeBron a couple times. Not literally, but he was taking elbows. He just hustled the entire game. Like, he was that grit and grind player, kind of like Scottie Pippen. Dennis Rodman, not Scottie Pippen. Dennis Rodman. He's kind of like one of those players that are going to get you rebounds, going to pretty much do all the little things good enough to make it to where, like, he's just that person you need. Every team needs one player like that, and he's going to be that player, especially if you can have him off the bench. That would be huge. He'll be that spark off the bench you need. So, I mean, it would be an all-around good move if the Pelicans did sign Marcus Smart. Plus $14 million is expensive off the bench, but for a team that needs him so badly off the bench, it will not be a bad investment at all. As other teams, they either won't be able to afford someone off the bench that expensive, or they just, like, I don't know, they just won't be able to, they just want to invest in that because they don't need to bolster their bench as much. So, yeah, I do think that would be a huge upgrade for the New Orleans Pelicans. But unfortunately, guys, it's going to be if videos. Comment below. Do you think it makes sense for the New Orleans Pelicans to sign Marcus Smart? Do you think they should? Do you think he will re-sign with the Boston Celtics? If you're a Celtics fan, do you want him back? If you're a Pelicans fan, do you want him on your team? I want to hear all your thoughts below. And if you did like the video at any point, hit the like button and subscribe button. It would mean the road to me 161 subscribers. Jesus Christ, 161. That is a lot of you. We've gained a lot of subscribers over the past week. I can't thank you enough for that. If you didn't like my newest video, go check that. Also, I'm not going to be in the link below. I'm too fucking retarded. I'm going to forget to put it in the link. So you're going to have to actually go search. My fault. That's my fault. I'm telling you in advance. It won't be in the description because I'm really bad at putting things in the description. But so unfortunately, that's it for this video. So I hope you have a blessed day. Hope everyone has a blessed day. I have a blessed day, so I want you to have a blessed day. Even if you're a hater, have a blessed day. I really want everyone to have a blessed day. See you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.